Game Awards. Is anyone actually surprised by who won Game of the Year? I feel like this was a pretty solid call, to be honest. I mean, I called it, at the very least. Well earned, very well earned, yeah. Look, whether or not you think Baldur's Gate 3 actually was the best... So first of all, let's be real here, okay? Tears of the Kingdom was literally just like Breath of the Wild DLC. Super Mario Wonder is, as nice as it is, just another 2D Mario game. Resident Evil 4 is a remake, so it's pretty much Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake 2, and Baldur's Gate. Cape shit gets knocked down a peg because, honestly, Alan Wake 2 was a real contender, but it also just released. Baldur's Gate 3 seemed like the clear winner. Baldur's Gate 3 was objectively, like, the most influential game of the... Like, seriously, in terms of, like, discourse, none of these were particularly incredible. Nah, Baldur's Gate 3 is pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm surprised at how much stuff Alan Wake managed to take. Alan Wake was good. Here, wait, hold on. View all categories. Oh, does it not show from here? We have to, like, scroll through? Next. Here we go. Yeah, Best Game Direction, Alan Wake 2. I think this is deserved, yeah. Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game design direction. Baldur's Gate 3 is a lot like Divinity Original Sin 2, which was the last Larian Studios banger that I played. Alan Wake 2 was, like, a unique, you know? Best Narrative, Alan Wake 2. That's easy. I'm not surprised by that at all. I'm not surprised by that even a little. Best Art Direction, Alan Wake 2. Whoo! That's contentious, you know? In terms of art direction, it was pretty much down to Hi-Fi Rush and Alan Wake 2, because Lies of P looks like Bloodborne. Super Mario Wonder is just like... That's not really art direction. That's just them being creative with the art style they already had. And Tears of the Kingdom just looks like Breath of the Wild, you know? David Lynch would like a word with Alan Wake. Hey, it's been long enough, okay? I never played Final Fantasy 20 or whatever it was. Hey, don't... Best Audio Design, Hi-Fi Rush. That's awesome. I'm really happy to see that. Hi-Fi Rush deserved a dub. 100%. Banger-ass game. Neil Newbin, not a surprise for best performance. Really stand out. Did you guys see that at the Game Awards, Idris Elba wasn't actually present? So when they showed, like, the contenders for this category, they just showed a photo of him. Forza Motorsport, I don't know. Haven't played this. Best Ongoing, Cyberpunk 2077. Hell yes. I don't even know how fairly you could describe Cyberpunk 2077, but if it takes a win away from Genshin Impact, then I'm here for it. And from Fortnite, yoinking the win. Get them out of here, okay? This literally like a gacha game and a game store that has like a video game attached to it. Didn't you say it shouldn't win because of the launch? No, this is Best Ongoing, and the difference between launch Cyberpunk and current Cyberpunk is pretty huge. It's just really funny that, like, the game that won here was a single-player game. Like, all the other games are multiplayer, and Cyberpunk is single-player. And it was just like, yeah, that's the one we're going for. Hell yes. Multiplayer cells keep seething. Single-player chads. Absolutely flossing on your ass. Baldur's Gate 3 Best Community Support. I get that, yeah. Larian Studios super good on that. Vosh, I think you're a bit harsh to Fortnite. No, Fortnite literally, like, the only reason it exists is the game store attached to it. There's a good Folding Ideas video on it. They put in a lot of work to keep people at that game store, but, like, that is what it's here for. And I despise video games being that, you know? Best independent game. I haven't played Sea of Stars. It has, like, the indie art style, though, you know? Haven't played Cocoon. Haven't played Honkai Star Rail. This is, like, new Genshin Impact. I hear they've introduced new and powerful forms of pedophilia to this one. Innovative. Best VR, Resident Evil Village VR mode. That's so funny. The only thing I know about Resident Evil Village VR mode is people looking up at Lady Dimitrescu and going, mommy. So, yeah, I guess that takes it. Best action game, Armored Core 6. Ooh, okay, I didn't expect this. I guess it makes sense. From Software has to get some kind of recognition, you know? Well, I guess I haven't played the other games except for Hi-Fi Rush. I heard Remnant 2 was pretty good. Best action adventure. I guess they had to give something to Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. It is genuinely really funny that this went to Zelda over Marvel Spider-Man 2. Not fair, TBH? Maybe. Tears of the Kingdom isn't a bad game. It's just that Tears of the Kingdom came out in 2017, you know, so I don't know why it's up for this. Best RPG, this one was obvious. Baldur's Gate 3. This wasn't even a competition. They should have, like, preemptively awarded this, you know? Best fighting, Street Fighter 6. I don't play fighting games, but I've heard Street Fighter 6 was really good, so that's cool. Best family, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. That makes sense to me. Yeah, that tracks. Best sim strategy, Pikmin 4. The Pikmin 4 sweep! Hell yeah. If you haven't played Pikmin 4, you're really missing out. It's so good. It's one of the rare games with the time that I have these days that I took the effort to 100%. Very good. Imagine if City Skyline 2 won when it's still unfinished. I thought you 100% everything. I do if I like the game. And I really, really like Pikmin 4. Advance Wars snub. Yeah, but it's a remake, you know? You can only give remakes so much artistic credit. I think they're good to make, but in terms of like an award show, I feel like awards should really be given to new ideas, not to like polishing up old ones. You know? I don't really do sports or racing. Best multiplayer, Baldur's Gate 3. That's true. Baldur's Gate 3 is a really good system for letting your friends play with you. They literally like create characters in your world, and they can just be at your camp, and they can drop in or drop out whatever they want. You can play with their characters when they're offline. Like, there's a lot there, I think. Now, I don't know about release. I thought Divinity 1 a better multiplayer. I never played Divinity 1. On release, it was pretty buggy. I mean, like, conceptually. Best adaptation. This was obviously going to be The Last of Us. Nothing else even comes close. Most anticipated game. Final Fantasy VII review. Yeah. Dude, I think that Hades 2 is more anticipated. I don't see people talk about the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth at all. I see people talk about Hades 2 all the time. But, you know, that could be a bias thing. Oh. Hey, guys, remember when I took a look at this VTuber and I said pedo shit? Because that's what I think when I see VTubers, and everyone in chat was like, she is a Latinx, disabled, queer, wheelchair and like, you know what happened to me later that day after stream ended? I got a text from a high school friend of mine saying, Lamau saw chat blow you up over a Iron Mouse. God damn it. Not kidding. That's what I get. Best esports game, Valorant. That's not surprising. Valorant has been like super prominent in esports, hasn't it? I don't even follow esports anymore, but Valorant's like taken off pretty well, hasn't it? I miss StarCraft. I'm not free today, Astro7. Oh man, speaking of StarCraft, did you guys hear that Twitch is shutting down in Korea? Like, for some reason, their operating costs are like 10 times normal in Korea specifically, which is insane because, like, Twitch.tv came from Justin.tv, and Justin.tv and live streaming in general all basically came from StarCraft. Like, the earliest advances in live streaming were, like, Korean StarCraft professionals, like 12, 13, 14, or whatever years ago. And now they're going to cut off Twitch there. That's China, Sully. According to Twitch, it's because South Korea taxes the out of foreign services. That's dumb as dude. Unironically, like, they need to change that shit. Do you have any idea how much of an economy crippler it must be to, like, disincentivize international internet businesses from interacting there? I don't know. That's so dumb. I saw this post from like a Korean live streamer chick who was like, I'm losing my job, I'm losing everything because they're just shutting down Twitch in Korea. It's really sad. You know? China did that. Yeah, well, China has the you know, the red firewall. I mean, at least there's like some sort of broader political pretext for their opposition to outside interference, whereas with Korea is very, very well on the side of the West. VPN? No. If they're shutting down in Korea, they're shutting down in Korea, you know? Some kind of holdover from protectionist policy. That'd be my guess, but I'd have to look into it more for me to really know. Anyway, it's really sad. You know? Streaming is only like 12 or 13 years old. The very beginning of live streaming. You know? Like, this is how Destiny got started, because he was one of the first full-time streamers, because he played StarCraft back then. And the reason he started doing that was because he saw there were like Koreans. Like, there were Koreans who were doing like 240p Brood War live streams from Korea or something, you know? It's just kind of sad, you know? I'm guessing they can't just connect to Japanese. No. It's more definitive than that. It's not just like a VPN thing or whatever. So we can trace your existence back to Zerg rushes. Legitimately, a huge part, like a massive part of the modern esports scene and online video game engagement in general, all comes from StarCraft. Like, StarCraft is one of the big pillars of that entire field that everything is built on. And it sucks because, like, the RTS genre is dead, basically. Nobody, like, cares about RTS esports anymore because Zoomers can't, like, flick their mouse around while they're like bunny hopping before they get the next trick shot or what. Like, so yeah, it's kind of sad. I like RTSs. You can do trick shots in RTSs, you know? Age of Empire 2 lives. It's nowhere even close. It's nowhere even close. Like, Age of Empires 2 does well, but the difference in scale between the popularity of modern RTSs and what StarCraft was at its height, it's unbelievable. You know, it's unimaginably different. Isn't StarCraft the game Warhammer rips off? Yes. StarCraft was the game that then Warhammer 40k came around and ripped off, yeah. It's true. StarCraft was wild, yeah. StarCraft and Quake were the birth of esports. Yeah, Quake huge as well. But at least like the FPS genre is still going strong in esports, so whatever. Check out this RTS video. 1 hour and 25 minutes. Thank you for the recommendation on stream. I appreciate it. StarCraft came out after 40k. I know, I was making a joke. StarCraft ripped off of 40k. Let me finish this. Best esports athlete. Faker. I know who Faker is. Even with my limited engagement with esports, I know who Faker is. I know about Stormgate, don't worry. Esports team, don't care. A former Blizzard dev said that Blizzard made more money from selling a horse in WoW than they did from Wings of Liberty. From all the sales of Wings of Liberty? That seems odd. Really? I would need to double check that or see the numbers on that. I don't know if I believe that. I would need to cite that or see a citation on that. It's true? As Hall said in one of his videos, he worked 2 years of overtime on StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty, and the entire game ended up making up less money for Blizzard than a single mount in World of Warcraft. A $15 microtransaction horse made more money than StarCraft 2. Damn, really? That's brutal, dude. This is why forever games exist. Yeah. It wasn't a $15 horse, it was a $25 horse, too. People are paying $25. It's half of a StarCraft 2 for a horse. It genuinely, it really sucks, you know? This is one of the reasons why, like, there are very few studios that have earned their size. There are a lot of genres, I think, that would be better served if the main developers for them were teams of, like, a few dozen people. When you get to the size of Blizzard, the only way to keep the lights on when you're operating at that level is to have, like, yeah, dude, the game is free, but, like, here's your monthly subscription, here's the, like, Battle Pass shop, here's the regular in-game microtransactions. It's, like, really, really disappointing. It wasn't sales, it was, like, profit margins. A horse costs, like, well, of course, profit margins. It doesn't cost anything to make the damn horse. Okay, whatever. It's an indictment of modern gaming. We'll just settle with that. Like proportional revenue or net revenue. I think the results from this year were pretty predictable. What are your thoughts on the devs being rushed for their speeches? Yeah, I saw that. I saw that, like, I think somebody recorded it out, and of the 3-hour Game Awards, less than 1 hour was actually taken up by the developers talking, you know, by the actual, like, awards part of the awards, and a lot of it was just standard, like, ad reads and, like, Timothée Chalamet doing his bit. Yeah. Pretty standard. This shit's been going on in award shows basically forever. You know, at the Oscars, they like usher away people who start making political statements, or they you know, it's all just meant to, like, drive in ad revenue and like guarantee a certain amount of time to the people who bought those slots. And, you know, what were your thoughts when the No Man's Sky game announced this game? I don't care because I don't like No Man's Sky. I mean, if you make something good, I'll play it, you know. I can't stand games where it's just like, do whatever. No, I can't. I can do whatever in real life. I can do anything that I want in real life. Give me a goal. It's one of the reasons I don't like Grand Theft Auto that much either. Like, there is a story campaign, I know that, but, like, you know, most people play Grand Theft Auto to sort of do whatever. I know there's structure to it, but not enough for my, like. Vosh hates relaxing. I find it relaxing. I find it relaxing to do what I did yesterday, which is get my innards rearranged by Risk of Rain 2 for 4 hours. I am so bad at that game, man. I haven't even beaten. I just want to get the 20 stages on the commando to get the alternate fire, and I'm just getting one shot. Oh my god, Jesus. Do you just enjoy discovery/exploration games? Sure, if it goes to something, right? Like Outer Wilds, one of the best games of all time, and one of my favorite games. Definitely a discovery exploration game, but it's not just aimless exploration, right? Like it's going somewhere with that, and it goes somewhere. You know. Vosh doesn't like games where you can't critically engage. True. True. You're bad with mobility. Yeah, I know.